Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It is Tuesday at 5 p.m. and it is showtime. I'm telling you, we got a great show lined up for you today. I've got a hip hop artist from New Orleans, Louisiana, on the line with us today, and we're going to get an update on what's going on the ground. He's living down there, so he can tell us live and in person what's going on with all of the storms that they just recently had. And he's going to share some good things with us about what he's doing in the entertainment world and entertainment community. And, tell us a little bit about the music that he does. I'm excited because I don't know nothing about hip hop. So I'm on a learning curve today. I'm learning today. This is going to be my day to learn something that I never knew anything about before. I might be a hip hop fan by the time this day is over with. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but I promise you it's going to be a good time. So y'all stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. We got a great show lined up for you today. So let's get our announcements out of the way so that we can move forward on with the show. We got a great show, so y'all just stay right there. The first thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of our healthcare heroes that are on the front line keeping our loved ones alive. Now, they keep telling us that the pandemic is under control. Well, I'm not buying that. Okay. So I always like to come on the line and tell people to be careful, be safe, don't do anything foolish by not wearing a mask. Wear a mask. If you're going to take the vaccination, take it, but still wear a mask. Do not run around trying to act like you Superman or Superwoman and you don't need no mask. Okay. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, continue to wear a mask, continue to keep your distance, and continue to be safe, because at the end of this thing, you want to be alive and you want to be able to tell your loved ones about this pandemic thing because you was here, you saw it, and you survived it. Okay. So that's one thing. I always like to give the healthcare heroes a shout out because we need them to know that we appreciate them. And I love to tell them every chance I get how much I appreciate them. Also, like to give a shout out to all of the spiritual leaders that are out there that are on the front line that have been keeping us informed on what's going on. I tell you, it is, amazing how things are going on in this day and time. And spiritual leaders have an ear to hear and they're able to tell us what's going on so that we know where to be at the right place at the right time. Okay. So definitely, want to give a shout out to all of our spiritual leaders. Let me move over here to my commercial right quick. Um, I want to encourage everybody to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to scroll all the way up to the top and you'll see all of my social media on there, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. When you get over to YouTube, I want you to click on it and browse my YouTube channel. I have all of my shows stored there. I also have stores and archives for Dr. Hunt, who is my spiritual mentor. Check out his archive that I have stored on my YouTube channel. And once you get through doing that, I want you to scroll down and check out all of my advertiser, RJ Webb. If you're interested in doing anything on the World Wide Web, reach out to our Prince Hunter Financial Group. If you're interested in learning how to trade the stock market or the forex market, definitely check out Prince Hunter Financial Group. If you're interested and you like wine and spirits from all over the world, check out Port Again Sam. He brings in the best wine from all over the world. So check him out at Port Again Sam. You can click on any one of the advertising banners that are on my page, and you will be able to go directly to their website. And once you get over to their website, you can reach out to them and find out more information about each and one of my advertisers and what they do. Quick shout out to Tangi. She's on the line today. We got Miss Sarah from Triple Mini Land P Management. Boy, she got a mouthful, but I'm just gonna call her Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah is the reason why we have our guest for today. Miss Sarah Management Company is managing, taking all artists that she has and taking them to the next level. So shout out to Miss Sarah. I've been trying to get her to come on my show. She's been ducking and sliding and she won't come, but I'm gonna keep working on it. She's gonna come eventually and be a guest, if not a host. So we're at that part of the show where we get to bring our guest on live and hear what he has to say. I've been deliberately not giving his name because I wanted people to show up and find out who he is. All the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, we have a hip hop artist, Mr. Black Troy. What's up, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, Dr. Ron?
Man, I'm still alive, brother. That's my testimony. I'm sticking to it.
Real
So,
talk.
yeah. So now, before we get too far off into the entertainment side of it, can you give us an on the ground information about what's going on? Because you've had a hurricane, you had a couple of storms blow through New Orleans like within the last couple of weeks. So, can you give us some updates on what's going on the ground?
Oh yeah, it's still crazy out here. Like they getting everything back together slowly but surely. We're picking up the trash and getting the debris out the street and electricity on and stuff like that. So they're making it work, but it's slow. It's slow, but it's sure.
Yeah. So, would you say that all the power is back on throughout the city, or is there still areas with power out?
I'm not sure, but I think 80% power on.
Okay. All right. Now, you told me the other day you stay up in the uptown area, which many people may not know the different parts of New Orleans. You got uptown, downtown. You got across the river. You know, you got out in the east. You got industrial, like the Ninth Ward, the Lower Nine. Those are communities in the New Orleans area. So, what
Yeah.
would you say that would make people know where the uptown area would be at?
We close to the CBD.
Okay.
Um, Claiborne Street run through uptown and downtown, but I'm
Hmm.
on the uptown side.
Okay. So another landmark that I would say would be like you're not that far from the Superdome.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't too far from the Superdome.
Yeah, because where you are, the Superdome is like a small bus ride.
Yes, sir. Where I'm at, you can walk.
You can walk there.
Yeah, you can walk there. That ain't far.
It ain't far. Okay. All right. So if you know what a Superdome is in New Orleans, you would have an idea where he is on the uptown side of things. Now, when you get to Canal Street, that's the dividing line between uptown and downtown.
Yes, sir.
And then you got the French Quarters. So I guess you would say the high dollar real estate would be more towards the downtown side of the city.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So where the grassroots people are at would be mostly in the uptown area. Now you can't say that really because when you start going up around, um, St. Charles, they got a lot of high dollar areas over there too.
Yeah,
Where the streetcar goes down. So the further away you get from St. Charles, it starts going down.
right.
But yeah, but the closer you get to St. Charles, you in the money over there.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
where the money at.
yeah, yeah. So just trying to give the people an idea what the layout of the land is. So even though you're on the side of town where they don't really generally look out for you, but you got your power on and everything right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well that's good. All right, so we got a whole long way to go to get to the top of the hour. So I'm gonna open it up, and first of all, I'm on a informational, lesson here because I don't know nothing about hip hop. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm gonna count on you to try and help me out. Understand? I know it's a for young people, it's an expression of an art form that they relate to quite a bit. But
Yes,
looking at you, because I can see you on the screen here, you don't look like no young dude. So I know you're a mature individual.
yeah, I've been
So
around the block a couple of times.
been around the block a couple of times. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's a good way of putting it. I was gonna say something even worse, but okay, we'll go with around the block. That's a good one. So So tell us about hip hop, please. What you could tell me about your craft. Tell me what will help me understand more about hip hop.
Hip hop to me is like um, you telling your life story or something you seen or something you've been through. But basically, me, my music is my life story. You know,
Okay.
it wasn't sweet. You know what I'm saying? We had it rough. Still have it rough. Like,
Okay.
and I try to keep a message in my song so that way, you know, people always tell you about the bad side, but they don't never tell you, you know, no message that'll help you get through whatever you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say they rap about, drugs and money or whatever, telling you how they got it or whatever, whatever. But they won't tell you what they done to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, people not living like that no more, not with this platform. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they are, something wrong with them.
Okay. So would you say your music has evolved from where you first started from to where you are now?
Um, almost, almost, because I
Okay.
still got a lot to get out. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot to get out. That's only part of my story. I got more to go, but I'm gonna show you my growth in my music.
Okay.
Like, it was this at this part. Then I'm gonna show you a different growth where it gonna be something more positive at that part, and then it gonna evolve into me being a family man, like a father, a husband. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? We don't get too many of them messages no more.
Okay. So you are a father and you are a husband?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many? I don't know if you want to answer this or not on the air, but I was going to ask you how many kids you got.
And I told you, if you ask me, I'm gonna have to tell you the truth. I
Okay,
can't. Yeah, I got 7 boys and a daughter, so that's 8.
8 altogether. So
Yeah,
now,
I've been with my girl, my wife for like 26 years.
26 years. What's your youngest
My youngest is 14.
and your oldest?
My oldest is 30.
Okay. How long have you been an artist in this music?
10 years.
10
I
years.
started
Okay.
late. Yeah, I started late.
You started late.
Yeah, I
Okay.
started late. I had got into a little trouble, wound up in Angola. Then my time
Oh
came home.
no, you survived Angola, bro. Oh
Yes, sir.
man.
And
Now,
it was beautiful to to be in there. And then up in Angola, I started motivational speaking. So when I got out, they invited me to go back. So that was like good. They let me walk around the jail. no security. You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to talk to the brothers that was there and saw me there. They was happy. That motivated them. So it kind of kept me doing it, like, just doing motivational speaking. And I like to mentor kids again because I used to do that too.
Now, for those that don't know about Angola, let me take a pause right here because that is worth explaining. You know, Angola at one time had the reputation of being the worst prisons in the world, not just in the United States, but in the world.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Angola is a prison farm where everybody that goes there has got a job. They work, they farm, they feed all the other prisons in the system.
Yes,
And
sir.
Angola is in the middle of a swamp. So they ain't worried about you escaping because the swamp will consume you.
Man, they got 20, 25 feet alligators, man. You find you. Because they know you ain't going to make it. So escape is the
Man,
last thing on your mind.
yeah, escape, and then you got them snakes, you know, in the swamp, you know, them black moccasins and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
man,
Something going to get you.
yeah. So let me do a teachable moment here. Um in Louisiana is the state where they operate on what they call Napoleonic law. So in Louisiana, um, you know, in most states, let me say this, they operate where they use you're innocent until proven guilty. In Napoleonic law, you're guilty until you're proven innocent.
Yeah,
So a lot of people, a lot of brothers, and a lot of people that have gone through the system in Louisiana wind up spending long periods of time, whether they did it or they didn't do it.
yeah,
Okay, and the parish prison, which would be the equivalent to the county jail in Chicago, Cook County Jail. Um, you know, they used to have a place called, you know, Tent City. Do they still got
yeah.
Tent City down there?
No, they don't have it no more.
Okay, well, Tent City was for overcrowdedness. Okay, so if the prison was filled up to the max, they would throw you over in Tent City, which was a circus tent in
Yeah,
in in a
yeah,
in a in a yard where you would be out there 23 hours a day. You got 1 hour a day to come inside and take a shower, and then you went right back to that tent. And that circus tent was overcrowded. All the tents were crowded. Every prison, every space in that prison was overcrowded. They had 10-man cells with 20 people in it. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so it was not a vacation spot at all. You
Mm-mm.
know, and then you had all of the people that wound up in a place like this had bad attitudes. So, you know, if you got sick or something like that, you was in trouble, you know, because there was no health care going on at all. And then if you thought you got lucky by accepting some time, they send you to Angola. And if you took that time and you went to Angola, now you in a prison farm where I can remember back in the 80s, they did articles on Angola. They had more AIDS cases in Angola than they had in almost in the whole state of Louisiana, you
Hmm.
know, because it was, you know, they had so much AIDS floating around, they used to pass out condoms to try to cut down on the AIDS that was circulating throughout the prison. So, you know, it was a not a vacation spot by any means. And that's what led me to say what I said a minute ago. You survived Angola? Man, that's saying a
Yes, sir.
lot right there, brother. You know,
Yes, sir.
and I've never been there. but I used to live in New Orleans, so I know a lot about it. I described it like I've been there, didn't
Yeah, yeah. I'm just listening to you like, wow, like you
I?
did time in there before. It's like,
No, I know because like I was down there for 10 years, and I know a lot of people that have been through the system down there, and it's often said that if you go to jail anytime, after October, you're gonna be locked up until after Mardi Gras.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know,
Let
you
me
know,
go.
it ain't no joke.
Even
Y-
if you pay your bond, they gonna hold you days after your bond post
Yep,
just to make extra days.
yep, yeah. It ain't no joke. Ain't no joke. I used to have a friend of mine that was in the bail bond business. So we used to post bond all the time. We was always in and out of the courthouse, so we were real friend, familiar with how the system worked. It wasn't no joke, man. They used to try to get people out before before they made it over to the parish prison.
Right.
Because once they get in the
Once
system,
once you change clothes,
that's
you're in
it.
trouble. You, you in trouble.
That's
You know?
it. That's it. And man, whew, horrible. So I just had to do that teachable moment right there, just to let people know some of your background and what you've been through. Because I know you started out in the parish prison and you wound up, over in Angola. How many years
Yes.
did you do?
Um, on my last bid, I did 2.5.
2.5. Man, that's hard time.
Man,
That's hard time. That
and you
ain't that ain't no, you
sleeping there.
know. uh
Sleeping. Man, I done seen dudes get jugged in the eye and they sleep and they be the wrong person and you can't take that back. Like it was
Yeah,
just that wild. It was just that wild.
yeah. So that being said, you would say that's your inspiration for your music.
No, my inspiration for my music came before I went to jail. Like, I didn't tell that side yet.
Okay,
So I'm just getting you a preview of what, how I used to be and what I was into. And I'm not living like that, what I'm saying, no more. You know, I'm a proud father, making sure my kids have a future. That's my passion. What I'm saying? I'm just telling you what I've been through. That's my story.
gotcha. So now with hip hop, now I'm kind of and I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean no disrespect out of this, but I hold hip hop artists, responsible for young people of today are disrespectful to themselves. Now, what I mean by that is, they walk around, they call women bitches and hoes, and they walk around with their pants sagging, and I think that is a something that they have, taken on as something honorable from the hip hop artists. So now, by you being older, do you feel some responsibility for what these cats running around saying and doing right now?
I look at it two ways. Is everybody have a mind of their own. So
Hmm.
what you choose to believe and what you choose to follow is your choice. Nobody can lead you down that path but you. But then on the other hand, it's the upbringing. It's the way we was raised. It's the way we came up. Now I'm not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I might say it
Hmm.
in a song or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't say it. I say it in a song or whatever, whatever. But I'm very respectful. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom. I love women. Period. So
Hmm.
I'm not disrespectful to that extent.
Okay.
But these kids growing up and they hearing it in their household, like this language on the regular, in the house, in the streets, in school. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's just going on like that. out here. I can't, speak on nothing in the other states. I can only tell you about what I see down here. But I
Mm-hmm.
think as a collective, if all the older cats will come together and try to break that cycle, because I'm working on a book called The Streets Lied to Me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And,
Mm-hmm.
and it's trying to shed some light on how we need to break the cycle of what's going on, because they don't have no role models. If your child can listen to a rap artist and he can guide them and lead them in a bad direction, something going on at home.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And a lot of fathers are locked up. You know what I'm saying? They ain't on the street no more. So who
Mm-hmm.
that following? Who that kid looking up to? The dudes on the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So not to put blame on nobody, I think we all just need to come together and make it a better place. You know what I'm saying? For the kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said something a little while ago that you are still visiting Angola. They allow you to come back and mentor and talk to people that are residents there. And you work with youth.
Mm-hmm.
So the youth that you work with, is that something, you tell them, say, look, let me try and show you something different than what my music said I was about when I was your age. Is that something that people are listening to, or are they looking at you like, hey man, we want that dude that's talking crazy. And I don't mean to say you talking crazy, you
Right, right.
know.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, it's I ain't been doing none of that in like a year now. Like, I ain't been in Angola in about a year. I ain't been mentoring kids, but when it come down to kids, it's you have to show them consistency. Like, you could be this big star, whatever, whatever, and you come around once a year. That kid gonna forget that message. So
Mm-hmm.
how I used to, win them over and got their ear is I stayed consistent. Like, whatever I
Mm-hmm.
did with my sons or my kids, I went picked all them up and we all did it. You know what I'm saying? If it's a haircut, going out to eat, whatever. And once they saw I was consistent, they let their guard down. So now we could talk about things. And I had one bad experience with it. Dr. Ron, his kid, I really liked it. He was a that problem child. But I was getting them together, and him and his mama got into it, and she called the police, and she called me right after she called the police. And when I got to by her house, they already had him in the back of the police car. I cried like that was my child because I knew what he was facing or what he was headed to. You know what I'm saying? You got to be really passionate and take time out when you want to help kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not an easy road to travel, but everybody can change if they get the right nurturing and the right love. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So I got to get back to that because I feel like I could bring that to the table.
Mm-hmm. Now, New Orleans is a very music rich and culturally rich community or town. And they use music to bury their people. They use music for everything. Somebody
Right.
get married, they get, they
Yeah.
look, they somebody has sex, they got a party.
Uh, got suckers, they got their beat playing. Yeah,
you
music
know,
is
music is huge down there. And I know that they have like musical families,
mm-hmm.
legacies, like one of the big musical family names that are down there would be considered the
the
Nevilles.
next,
Yep,
the
that's
next,
one of the
yeah,
largest musical families down there. Now, all they kids, because some of the brothers, the older brothers, some of them are gone, some of them not doing well. They didn't got up there in age, but all of the sons and the grandkids have, gravitated towards, doing music,
yeah.
in a big way. So, would you say that your music would be part of the legacy of New Orleans music, or would it be considered something on the outside Or what's traditional New Orleans music?
It'll be something on the outside.
Okay.
Because traditional New Orleans music is, like you said, the Neville's, and I feel second line bands, you know, jazz groups, and that's really the heart and soul of New Orleans to me. Now I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but to me, that's really the heart and soul of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be right there on the outskirts, like
Okay. So
yeah.
do you play an instrument? Did you grow up playing an instrument?
I grew up playing several instruments.
Oh, okay.
I played the Tiffany's in a concert band. I played tenor drum, snare drum in the marching bands.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you got music in your blood.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I got Jed all the way out in California. He was talking about one of the shows that they filmed down there, the Treme, on HBO. Was an amazing show that illustrated the scenes of music, from the New Orleans, because New Orleans is one of the places you can go, and I don't care, 24 hours somebody playing some music.
Yeah,
So if you go in the French Quarter, which I know they call that slumming it, when you got a musician that's playing in one of them clubs down there, that a lot of them are playing for the tip jar. They ain't really, doing all that good, but they working, you
yeah.
know.
I call that getting it out the mud.
Yeah. And then New Orleans being a convention town, so they have second lines every day. If you go to one of the major hotels, they're doing, second line jazz music, and that's
Yeah,
one of the things that they sell as a convention, entertainment piece.
yeah,
And then for people that live down there, you got to go on North Claiborne, down, you got to go, your spots around the French Quarter, not in the French Quarter.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, there was, quite a few people that I knew that worked in music. Like Charmaine Neville was a good friend of mine. Reggie Houston, used to play saxophone with Charmaine Neville, and they used to perform in, and, just north of the French Quarter, in a place every week. But there was regularly traditional places that you used to go to. Now I don't know what's still there, because after Hurricane Katrina, it's not the New Orleans that I fell in love with. It's a different place, because they washed so many places out. But music, if you came there and you knew somebody, they would take you to the spots where you needed to go to check out the music.
yeah,
And a lot of the places, because anytime there's a storm, and you and I talked about this the other day, traditionally they flood out the Ninth Ward. They
yeah.
just let the Ninth Ward go underwater. And they've been doing that for decades. This is not
Yeah.
something that they would do. Oops, one time we did it. No, they did it every time. Anytime there was a major flood, the Ninth Ward, and then they would be the last place to rebuild, if they rebuild. You
Right.
know, but the French Quarter will be the first place that they will save. They're not gonna let nothing happen to the French Quarter. And I've seen that happen too many times down through history. So speaking about the music scene, is there a hip hop music scene in New Orleans that would emphasize what you do and how you do it?
No, sir.
It's not. Oh, okay.
Nah,
Really?
it's they have a lot of they have a show from time to time. You know, people like Juvenile, Uptown Skip, they'll you know give a show. Them dudes, Sets 45, they from downtown. They'll throw a show, but basically it's a lot of like open mics. Like they give you a spot where you could go show off your talent or whatever. But I'm past all that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to travel with it now. Like, I paid my dues to the open mic thing. I ain't even with that no more.
Now I find that kind of strange because one of the hip hop record labels originated down there in New Orleans. Um, I can't think of his name right now. But he used to travel all over the country, and they're from right down there, New Orleans East. Oh my God, I can't think of that boy's name right now, but it'll come to me in a minute. But they don't do anything to try and cultivate, your genre of music down there.
Um, from my experiences, no,
Okay.
no. It's like they'll go in other states and get other people. Like when all the music here, like we like under the radar. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Nobody don't even know how much talent they got in New Orleans. And trust
Yeah.
me, there's a lot of talent in New Orleans. But
Yeah.
we don't have nobody that's from here that made it that's willing to give us a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying they'll rather get another cat from somewhere else or something like that. And that's why I started the Real Talk. Me and my partner started the Real Talk label. You know,
Okay.
we trying to make it big so we can help, grab the artists down here who deserve that shot too.
Yeah. I
So
just had
just like
somebody. I just had somebody comment and say Cash Money and Cash Money from down there.
yeah, Cash Money, No Limit.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, ain't he from down there too?
Yeah,
Yeah, and they don't do nothing to try to help promote the hip hop genre. That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and I remember Lil Wayne. He's from the East, right? I said that right, right?
Um, yeah, that's crazy because he's from the East, but he rep Holly Grove. So what I'm saying, I don't know. I say my land with all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even
Uh
speak
huh.
that type of stuff. That's big business. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. She said Baby and his brother. She naming names, boy. She dropping them names. She must be a hip hop fan.
right, right.
That's Miss Tangi. She listening to the show. Thank you, Miss Tangi. Um, so I also know that you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
And what I mean by that is that all of those items that you got on the wall hanging, right behind you are part of your clothing line.
Yes, sir.
So why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
Um, I have a clothing line called Real Talk Gift. If you see me in it, it's for sale. Cause that's what I do. I'm my own billboard. You know what I'm saying? I got hats, lighters, key rings, shirts, long sleeve shirts. We can make pants for you. We can make shorts. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. But what I did was what made me start it, I started getting it made for myself, just for myself. So like every time I do a show, even if I'm just going to a club or something, I got on a Real Talk hat, Real Talk shirt, and people be like, "Man, where you get that from? I like that. I like that." So many people start inquiring about it. So that what made me and Macy, man, let's just try to go at it this way. So that's what made me start selling them because everybody was liking what I had on or whatever.
Okay. Now, you specialize in like shirts and hats only, or I know you said you can mix up a lot of different things, but is that like the specialty?
Yeah, that's like the specialty, the shirts and the hats.
Okay.
I got water bottles. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you need.
Okay. So like when you do a show, you create your own swag.
Yes, sir. I'd
Yeah.
rather wear my own stuff than to wear, some polo or somebody that, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather wear my own clothes than to wear their clothes.
I got you. I
You know what I'm
got you.
saying?
I got you. So now, I heard you talk about your children. Now they got various ages from 30 all the way down to I think you said 13 or something, 12.
For
Yeah. So are you, slowly introducing them into the industry, or is this something you would encourage them not to get into?
I let my kids choose their own lane. You know what I'm saying? They just the little things they do inspire me to keep going. Like My youngest two sons, they play football. One play quarterback and cornerback. The other one play running back and slot. You know what I'm saying? And just to see them working out to my music. You
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah, so that like inspired me. I'm like, dang, y'all like that enough to work out to it? I'm like, all right, that's cool, that's cool. So I just keep going. But they so young, every show I do, they be like, Dad, I'm coming with you. I'm like, man, they ain't gonna let you in. You know what I'm saying? So they
Uh,
won't be a part of it. But I try to let them choose their own lane. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just
mm-hmm.
support them in what they do. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow me. I did enough street stuff for everybody. So I keep everybody close in. They're not street people. They don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? They just play ball. Play ball in them books. No books, no ball.
All
You know what
right
I'm
now.
saying? So I'm
Yeah.
trying I'm trying to get them something I ain't get. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because I played ball myself, basketball and football. But I
Okay.
want to be in the street. So you see how that turned out.
Jed in California said, "Wow, that is very cool. No kids like their parents' music. Respect." That's what
So,
Jed said. Jed
real
all the
talk.
way out in California, man. He following along, you know.
Real talk. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Um, so as an inspiration to your children, do your children's friends follow the music?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They be on me.
They be on you?
If it ain't the music, it's a shirt or a hat.
Okay.
Where my shirt at? Where my shirt? Well, they be on me. They be on me. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So yeah, they like it too. For some reason the younger people gravitate to me because they feel like I can relate to them. So I always say I'm an old dude with a young dude swag. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's like my motto. You know what I'm saying? Because they like how I dress. My wife always say, "Why you always got to dress like that? You ain't 17." You know what I'm saying? Sure, sure, like you know what I'm saying. But that's my swag.
I got you. So are you doing more music? Are you just pretty much the music that you have already in the can? Or, are you, doing, I heard you say earlier that the story have not been completely told yet. So
Right.
the things that's out there that you got out now is from the beginning. So the
Yes.
story continues. So are you
Yes. Sir.
still doing more music, or you got stuff in the can? What's the story with that?
Um, if you go on YouTube on the Real Talk Entertainment, I got like about 20 videos. Me and my best friend mates, we got a lot of videos up there. And you'll notice if you pay attention to some of the people in that, they my kids. Like I do everything I do with my sons. You know, I keep them close. But I got out right now. Earn My Stripes is out right now, and I'm currently working on Earn My Stripes too. Know what I'm saying? So first two projects was The Streets Lied to Me Volume One, Streets Lied to Me Volume Two. So I'm working on my full one.
Okay. So, so the book that you mentioned earlier, is that available now too as well?
No, I'm not finished with it yet.
Okay.
Um, I could give you I give you a little insight on it. We started writing a book, but we was doing it as audio. Like the author would come by the house and interview all us and get our side of the story. So I told my family, I said, whether it's bad or good, say how you really feel. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. And the author, after a couple of sessions, the author come out the room, she crying. She like, Troy, I just don't think I can do your book any justice. The story is so amazing, like everybody like pulled their heart out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get somebody to finish it up so I can put that out because they waiting on that.
Okay.
Like just the title in itself. You know what I'm saying? The streets lied to me. So that gonna make
Hmm.
people like, what are you talking about? Like, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I told you when we first talked. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Hmm. And you know what? The truth does have a way of penetrating a hard head sometimes, because when you under a delusion, and you think it's all glorified and this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden the truth comes out, and you be like, "What the hell?" Because it ain't glory. It's
Sure.
um, you know, it's a lot of hurt and pain sometimes. You said something earlier that kind of made me think about your genre of music and hip hop. The blues
Hmm.
is the type of music that expresses a lot of a pain or
Yeah.
life
Right.
experiences.
Right.
And when a person, they call it souling, when they souling, when they breaking it down, like, she didn't left me,
Hmm.
and then and the baby ain't mine. I thought the baby was mine, but the baby ain't mine. I mean, you telling a story that comes across, that can only be expressed in that genre of music. So, you're saying the same thing about the genre of hip hop music. It does the same thing, it's just to a beat,
Uh-huh.
that's a little
Uh-huh.
bit different than what they do to the beat of blues. So
Right.
that's a very interesting parallel there, because like I said, I came here to learn.
Yes, sir.
I'm here trying to, learn what I can learn. So I ain't looking at y'all people that do hip hop crazy no more.
Right. 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 It's just like with everything. They got some good ones, some bad ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's just life. But people always say I have a look that's mean, and you know they think I'm wild, but once they talk to me, they be like, "Oh, he not like that." You know what I'm saying? I'm very approachable. If people want a picture, I'm taking it. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm stopping. Even if you just want to talk for a minute, chop it up. I'm stopping and I'm talking to you. I
yeah,
never get to the point where I feel like I'm too big for the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me because in
yeah.
some way you motivating or inspiring that person. So just for them to have a conversation with you, you might save their life or bring them out of something that they going through. So I always try to make myself available, no matter what it is, no matter how tired I am, no matter what I gotta do. I never turn on a fan for nothing.
All right, now I like that. You've got one here. Jed said, "Right on." I he's always open for another cool hat. So he wants to know what your website is, where he can order a hat. He all the way out in California. So you want to tell him where they can find your clothes at?
Right now is I'm on a small scale, so I make them and I ship them myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I get them made and I ship it out to you. It don't matter where you at. You know, you got to pay for your shipping costs. You know what I'm saying? That'll be added in the price, but I have no problem with shipping nothing out.
Well, I'm gonna say, Jed, that's his email information directly on the screen under
Right.
his name. Black Troy.
My
Uh,
phone number on
T-
that too.
huh?
Yeah, you put my phone number on that?
No, 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 no. Just got
Okay.
your email on there. Black Troy RT3 at gmail.com. Hit him up with an email. Tell him how you want your hat, and you all can correspond that way. Now, Miss Sarah's been on here chopping up information continuously throughout the broadcast. She's been putting up your YouTube information. Jed said he got it, will do. So Sarah is your management. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I met Sarah through another good friend of mine, Exit Only. He rapped too. He from Mississippi. Good friend of mine. We did a couple of songs together. And we clicked after that. And he introduced me to Sarah. And I had one conversation with Sarah, man. And I'll never forget what she said. She said, I'm like a pit bull. No, she said, I'm like a red-nosed pit. I said, well, you hired. You know what I'm saying? And Sarah been working since, bro. Like, since.
Well,
You know, that's no problem.
I gotta say this, man. I'm impressed because you got a chance to have a conversation with Sarah. Every time I call her, she send me to text message. You know, I'm like, what? I'm
Uh,
old school. I need to talk to a live person. Answer the doggone phone. You know what I'm saying?
man.
But I love Sarah. Sarah, good people, and she will eventually get back to me. But she's all over the place, man. She's in New York. She's in Chicago. I follow her on social media, and I look up and Sarah be somewhere else. Then she'll
Yeah,
text me, and she said, "When I get back to New York, I'll call you." Of course, I never heard from her, but she still be taking care of business, and I love it.
yeah.
So
She'll busy about it.
yeah, shout out to she know we talking about her because she can hear everything we saying. She right
Yeah,
down there putting out them smiling faces throughout the whole conversation. So she know
yeah,
we talking about Sarah.
yeah.
Sarah, if you are looking for management, Sarah is in the chat. She's got her information in the chat. You can reach out to her and she'll be more than happy to talk to you about what she can do. Now, don't everybody call her now, because if you do, then and then Black Troy gonna get upset. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Too many of y'all trying to reach out to her at one time.
Uh,
You know, uh,
and she can handle it.
she can handle it. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So you ain't trying to limit the amount. Okay.
true.
All
She
right. She can handle it. That's good. That's good. So we got about 9 more minutes left in this show. And I must say I applaud you in so many different ways, for what you've been able to do with your life and what you've been through. And I'm gonna say this again. I said it at the beginning of the show, and I'm gonna say it now. You survived Angola. That ain't no small task. Okay,
yes.
that right there in itself, is definitely something that let people know, what kind of force of will that you have to be able to come out of that and then still have a desire to want to help people and do things for people.
Yes.
So I applaud you, wholeheartedly with that.
Thank you,
And
Dr. Ron.
and to want to continue to make music and tell your story, man. I just want to encourage you. Now I'm gonna slide this in as a caveat. You know, let the rest of the story, be positive to the
Yes, sir.
point
Yes, sir.
where the point where they might want to pull their pants up. Cause I swear I'm tired of looking at their derriere, man. I'm so sick of looking at young people booty.
Dr.
Boy,
Ron, I'm gonna take them on a journey with me. Like it it it's street stuff right now, but I have to show my growth, and eventually it gonna be all positive. You know,
okay.
because that's the direction I'm headed. So we
Good,
call real
good.
talk for a reason, because we speak in real talk. Like what I'm saying. So
Right, right, right.
them because I'm expressing what I'm going through and giving you the honest truth. You know, what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And if I found a way to deal with something, it's my honor to tell you that, because I want you to get through what you're going through. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm here to build you up. I ain't here to tell you now.
I love it. I love it. So now we got about 6 minutes left. What is it that you would like to leave with anybody that hears this interview that we did not get a chance to talk about Black Troy? What is it that you want to leave with them that can be an inspiration or a positive, something that they can, remember you from this interview?
I would say everybody deserves a second chance, because I was blessed to have one, and I turned out fine, as you can hear and as you can see. You know what I'm saying? So if you could and if you would, just try to help somebody each day. You know what I'm saying? That'll make things a little better and a little comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You people walk around mad. They got mental health issues. They got a lot going on with them. But we be so wrapped up in what we doing and what we trying to do, we can't even see that. I'm just saying, every now and then, pick your head up and help somebody. You know what I'm saying? If it's just one person, that'll go a long way. Cause that person gonna remember you helped him, and he gonna want to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Let's break the cycle. That's what
I,
I'm trying to do, and that's what I stand for.
I love
Breaking
it.
the.
I love it. Thank you for that, man. Now I'm gonna ask another question. I'm gonna throw this at you because it's been a long time since I've been in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And my oldest daughter's down there with my grandkids, and um, I used to know my way around New Orleans real well. I used to come down there for Essence Festival every year, and I used to know where all the good places to eat. So, with all the storms and all the floods and everything that has happened, what would you say is a must do, must see when they come to New Orleans now in 2021?
Chicken and watermelon.
Chicken what?
Chicken and watermelon.
Chicken and watermelon.
Yeah, that that's a man. They got 100 and something different flavors. You know, the same with the fries. They got ghetto punch. They got man fried chicken watermelon. Shout out to my dude Uptown Skip. You know him and his partner Ryan. They run that business together, and they got a couple of chains in Metairie, one downtown, and of course one uptown. The
And it's
best.
chicken and watermelon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
If you're scared to try, just call me. I'll go buy it for you. But it's a must
You
have.
look, you got me with that one, man. I was not expecting that. Chicken and watermelon. All right. See,
Tough.
look, you heard it from a man on the ground. He's there, So, hey, that's what's up, I love it. I love it. Man, I thank you, man. I can't thank you enough for coming on and helping me understand a little bit more about the experience of being a hip hop artist.
Right.
Sometimes, I'm just gonna be honest. It's been like, within the last couple of years, I started understanding what Biggie and Tupac was saying because I couldn't understand what they were saying at first. But
Right.
I've got to a point now where, oh, okay, that's what they're talking about. Okay, I can get with that. So
Right.
I understand that my ears have opened up to be able to appreciate what the music is all about and what they are saying, so that's a beautiful thing. So, man, I'm gonna say keep up the good work, my brother, and keep them children positive,
Yes, sir.
man, keep them stirred up. Hey, man, I'm gonna have to get on that mail order list for a hat or something, man.
Oh,
'Cause I
sure.
look. I don't know if I can wear a shirt. You got small shirts. I'm a big dude.
Oh, man, got all sizes.
You got all sizes,
All
but
sizes. I put
okay.
on my big dudes, because I'm on the way to be a big dude myself.
All right now. I love it. I love it. So let me see. I see Jed said true humility, helping kids, love the music discussion. What a great interview. Much love to all from the redwoods of California. All right now. Now you
Peace.
going on tour anytime soon? Let me ask that question. I forgot to ask you.
We putting something together. We put something together. I'm most definitely gonna be in California
All
soon.
right. All right. Well, keep your eyes out. I know you're going to probably have a tour bus with a football team on it trying to make sure they don't get to you. Because that's the way hip hop artists travel, boy. They don't travel, with lightweight dudes. They travel with heavyweight dudes, man. They,
I'm,
don't- they
I'm,
don't be playing.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Ron. I will travel with my kids.
All right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You gotta see a couple of my sons with me. You
All
know what I'm
right
saying?
now.
I don't
That's what's
travel
up.
big packs. I don't do all that. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying? Because
All
I'm
right.
I'm not presenting myself as a threat, so I shouldn't be threatening when you see me.
All right now. I love that, man. That's excellent to close on right there. Look, let me throw this up for y'all to see. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We want to invite you all to go over and make donations. I got Cash App, I got Zelle, I got PayPal. Please make donations, contributions. Go over to my website, ask-dr-ron. We got PayPal tab over there. You can make contributions there. You guys, we appreciate you supporting what we do. Thank you for all those that have made contributions. We're going to get out of here for this week. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday when we do our next Black History Moment. So peace and love. See y'all next week.